Hey guys, Slox back here with a video on guild. That's it, just a guild. I remember when I was first starting out, the guild was a little overwhelming. I really wasn't quite sure what everything was. I wasn't sure the benefits of joining a guild, whether I should make a guild, what exactly guilds did in this game. And so I'm hoping to answer some of those questions and kind of give you kind of let you know what I do, and maybe that'll help you maybe it'll answer some questions for you if you're a new player, if you're a veteran player. You probably don't really need any of this information because it's pretty basic. So, guilds in this game serve as basically a way to improve the power of your heroes and a way to acquire some gold occasionally. You can create a guild by spending, I think it's like 500 gems, or you can just join a guild. Now, I happen to be in this guild called Ragnarok. We're number 1 on the server. And you'll see here on the main page, there's 5 things that are kind of standing out, right? There's this little monster down here. There's a shop. There's tech. There's mine. And then there's the guild itself. Now, when I click on the guild itself, it gives me a list of all the players in the guild. It gives me the information about the guild. Tells me who I am, and then it gives me the option to look at the ranking of all the guilds in the server. Not a whole lot really to do here. It's always nice to be able to look at the other players in your guild and kind of see what's going on with them, and it kind of it tells you when they've all been online, so you can kind of keep track of that. But there's not a whole lot of purpose to that outside of that, right? Just for information. The next, and probably one of the most important things, is your guild tech. Now, this looks like a lot of information jumping off at us, but basically, these icons represent each of the classes in the game, right? So we have warrior, we have assassin, we have wanderer, we have cleric, and we have mage. Eventually, if you're not familiar with them, you'll start memorizing them once you play the game more. And then each one of them has a tree. And this tree allows you to boost their stats passively. Now, the most common question that people ask, right, because you have to invest in this tree. You have to spend guild coins, which I'll go over how to acquire, and gold, to boost the stats. For example, if we look at here, my warrior's HP is at 26 out of 60, so he's boosted by 13% HP. Well, the question is, well, what if I want to leave my current guild and join a new one? Does everything get reset? And the answer to that question is no. This is always going to be your tree. I don't know if you'll have access to it if you're not in a guild, but you'll certainly have access to it when you go into the next guild. So let's say I left Ragnarok right now and joined another guild. I would still have this exact same tree, same amount of points in it and everything. So you don't have to worry about losing those points and losing all that time and money and currency that you invested in it if you decide to change guilds. All right. Now, I told you I was going to tell you about guild coins. What are guild coins? So guild coins are basically a form of currency, and their primary use is to... Sorry, my headset's beeping at me, so I'll leave you in suspense while I plug it in. Give me just 1 second here. Alright, thank you for your patience. So their primary use is to upgrade your guild tech tree. You acquire them rather slowly. It's a very steady pace, much like every other resource in the game. And your primary function is to purchase stuff in here. Another way to spend your guild coins, although I do not recommend it at all, but as a free-to-play player, it's an option, is if you click on shop, which we haven't went over yet, but we'll go into it. We'll drop over into shop, and you can go to your guild shop. And you can purchase heroes for guild coins. Now, if you want to get 5-star heroes, it's going to be quite a few guild coins. So you're going to be saving up for a while. But you're able to purchase heroes. I would never touch these. Don't ever touch the gear. You will get gear not at all worth it. You'll regret it. I don't know if it's worth it buying these. Maybe at the end of the game, but I wouldn't suggest buying anything from here at all. But if you had to, I would buy the 5 stars. And right now, I mean, if you want a suggestion on what 5-star to buy, if you're dead set on buying a 5-star, Wolner's a fantastic tank. A lot of people like Medusa quite a bit. And then I think Vivian is relatively strong with enough investment. But, like I said, I don't recommend buying anything in here. We could also access it by going into town and going to our shop, and we'll also have access to the gold shop. But this video is purely about guilds. So, we went over the tech. I'm not going to go over each one of these. They're pretty self-explanatory. I will go over kind of like a category so you have a general idea, right? So the warrior for the first category is HP. The second one is attack, crit rate, dodge, and then skill damage. Now, in order to unlock each one, if you take a look here, I haven't put anything on my Wanderer tree, and only one of them's lit up. It's because you need to put at least 10 points into this before you unlock the next section, and so on and so forth. So I need to put 10 more into here to unlock this, 10 more in here to unlock this, and so on. If you take a look at my mage tree, I did just that. I put 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, and then I was working on this, but then I got distracted into my assassin tree. So that's what you're going to be spending most of your guild coins on. Is guild tech. So that's a really nice little tool here. The next most important thing is probably looter, but I'm going to go over mine. Mine is a great way to passively gain gold and guild coins. It's never a tremendous amount. I don't recommend upgrading your mine. By that I mean I don't recommend upgrading with gems. It's really not worth it. It's pretty expensive. And I think the total amount you can get is like 500 something for 16 hours. I've done it myself, but I don't think it's worth it. Between 1 and 5 stars, and the higher the level, the more resources you get, but the longer it takes. Now, not a lot of people realize this, but there's a little donations button up here. If you click on that, you can level up your mine. Now, most guilds want you to donate, and I highly recommend it, because the higher you get it, the more you're going to get out of your mine. So when you have a little extra gold, toss 100k or a million its way. I wouldn't recommend putting too much in, because you really need gold for other things. But I would recommend regularly donating to your guild. It's pretty important. Helps everybody out. Be a friendly neighborhood guild person. And the two amounts that they have here are 100,000 and a million. And the last, but not least, is your looter. Now it's going to be a different monster probably, unless you're at the same stage we are at. We're at level 135. But the very first boss was a level 40 looter, so it's just a little zombie. But basically, what you do is every day you get 2 free attempts to fight her, or him, or it, whatever the case may be. You get 2 free attempts to fight it, and then it records your damage, right? So at this point, Drew's done like, what is it, 6 billion? No, 64 million. So he's done 64 million damage to this over time. Once it goes down to 0% and we defeat it, it'll appear as a treasure chest, and you can click on that and you get rewards. And the rewards are based off of your damage. So first place, Drew's here, will get 8,250 guild coins, and then 255,000 gold. That's a huge chunk of guild coins. And the person that defeats him, so like if you get the last hit, if you're one of those guys that wait for, like, you play FPSs and they've, done a bunch of body shots and they got 1 HP left, you just fucking go over and like pan them in the face, and you take that kill, well, you're gonna get a bunch of guild coins for doing it, because you're a badass. So on top, let's say Drew's got the final hit. So not only is he rank 1, and he's gonna get all of this, but he's also gonna get this. So it's kind of not only is it asking you just to beat the crap out of it, but it's asking you to be a little smart about it. So often people will try to snipe the victory reward. They'll wait for it to get down to 1% or something like that, and they'll try to snipe that out from under somebody, because that could really add a ton onto whatever you're getting already. And it goes over the damage amount, so let's say I'm in third place, I'm going to get 7150. And the person in 20 plus place, they're all going to get 2750. It's still a fairly significant amount, but the more damage you do, the more you're going to get from it. If you want to spend gems, which I always do, you can battle it 3 additional times. I think it's 50, 80, what is it? 50, 80, and 100 gems or something like that, or 120 gems. I can't remember what the third one amount is. But anyway, it turns out to be about 200 gems total if you want to do 3 additional fights. If you really want guild tech coins, which I do, I highly recommend it if you've got extra gems. But you need to be investing money into the game, because there's no way you're going to have enough gems to do this all the time. And I wouldn't recommend it unless you're, at the very least, doing the monthly and mini cards, which I also do every month, because it's a nice amount of gems. But yeah, so we went over the information that you can get from the guild itself, what you can purchase in the shop, as well as guild coins and how to acquire them. We went over the tech and how to upgrade your characters, the mine and how to passively accumulate gold and guild coins, as well as how to donate to the guild so you can increase the rewards which you get. And then we went over the looter, which is probably one of the most important parts. And you definitely want to actively attack this thing every day. Even if you're not, going to be top 3 or top 10, you still get a lot of coins for contributing, even just attacking once. And the faster you get this killed, the more materials you're going to get, the faster you're going to level that guild tree. And that's going to make a difference between a victory, winning or losing in the Den of Secrets or in the arena. But that is the guild in a nutshell. Oh, you also have a guild chat in my guild. Nobody ever uses it. Oh, that's what happened. I was wondering about that. Oh man, she's so pissed. Okay. Sorry, the little guild drama apparently. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. I hope this video helps you understand exactly what the guild is, what it's for, how you can utilize the things in the guilds. They will eventually have guild wars. I'm pretty confident that's been confirmed. I don't know when it's coming out. I know the game mentions it if you look at the help menu somewhere, and you can actually take a look at the guilds around you, which is, I find, kind of cool, but it really doesn't serve a lot of purpose right now. But yeah, I hope this helps. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. If you want to join us, you can join the subreddit, TapTapHero subreddit, or you can join the Discord, which is also on the subreddit, and I'll link it down below. If you have any questions, or if you just want to join the community, they're very active there, and we all have a lot of fun. This is Slox, our god from T7, signing out. You guys have a good one.